Hey, welcome back. So yeah, I'm gonna guess 5 more episodes, and then I'll be done with this game. I'm at the end. I'll read through the walkthrough. There's a mini boss Magic Koopa, Bowser's Keep Part 3, mini boss Boomer, boss Exor, then Gate, then mini boss Countdown, Gate Part 2, mini boss Cloaker, Factory, mini boss Gun Yoke, and then final boss Smithy. That's it. And we're done. He said to use Fright Bomb on him. I think I have a Fright Bomb, don't I? No. Whatever. What was my note today? Oh, it's a political thing. He said to use Terrorize. Do it. Oh, so scared. Oh. Are you scaring me? Why is he looking? I don't know why it said to do that. 362. This guy's easy. I just got that super claw thing. 360. I had a political thing. And yeah, I should stop talking about politics stuff because it's pretty much, I'm always saying the same things. Just like, and I do tend to be like both sidesy, like, oh, I don't like anybody. And that's not helpful to anything. It's not like any Democrats are watching and they're like, oh, Anthony said this, so we need to be better. But I never talk about this stuff with anybody, so I'm kind of like molding my own philosophy as I talk. I don't know what I think until I say it. That's interesting, isn't it? Because you think things all the time, but you don't really know how you really feel until you say it. Thinking it doesn't really count. And when you think things, you forget them like right away. Thoughts are kind of like dreams in that way, where they go away so fast and you forget what you even thought about 10 minutes ago. But when you say it, you tend to remember it. There must be something going on in your brain when you talk that like is connected to your memory or something. I wonder why that is. That was easy. Look at all the coins. Oh, what time is it? I always forget to look at the time. Ever since my clock broke. 7:54. Let's do 12 more minutes. Oh, they're all brainwashed. That's fun. Don't worry about it. Bowser's a nice guy. What is that? What? Infinite coins? Can I come back here? How many coins do I have? I already have a bunch. I bet you can't come back though. Okay, let's talk about politics. Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's been in the news a lot lately. I guess part of the problem with me talking about politics is I don't want to say what other people have said. And all the stuff you hear is like, it's either the left side saying, oh, the right people are terrible, or it's the right side saying, oh, the left people are terrible. And I don't want to say that stuff, even if I agree with it, because it's boring. Everybody's saying that stuff. I want to say something that nobody else has said. That's dumb. The reason why other people are saying it is because it's true. For some reason, I hate being cliche or something. I'm just afraid if anybody's watching they're gonna be like, oh, I heard that on CNN, so you're just repeating that and you're dumb. But if you're like, oh, I never heard anybody say that before, you're a genius. How could you think of something so original? But it's not true. I mean, all the things I've thought of are things other people have thought of. I've just kind of, I guess I've forgotten that they've thought of it or said it. Or I haven't heard it in a while, and I'm just feel okay saying it for some reason. So she, Marjorie. That is kind of a nice name, though. I kind of like that name. But I don't like Marge. You know what? I don't like Marjorie. I changed my mind. Okay, this is why I don't like politics, and why I want to try to stop watching it, because it's all just talking. Like, it's so frustrating. This Marjorie Taylor Greene person said a bunch of terrible stuff, like she wanted to kill Nancy Pelosi or whatever, and it's like, okay, she said the bad stuff, then just do it. Like, I mean, expel her or give her a punishment or something. Why is it always just we're just talking about it? Democrats are like, oh, this is bad, and Republicans are so bad for... I don't care what you think. I don't care. Just, if you don't want her there, then expel... I don't know. Can you impeach a congressman? I don't know. Just be like, okay, these are the rules. You broke them. We're gonna have this trial, and you'll be expelled or not, and then we can move on. It's so frustrating when it's like it's just all talk all the time, and then you have like Bernie Sanders on CNN, and he's like, "Oh, this is the worst thing." It's just it's demagoguery, right, Alexander Hamilton? That's what you said, didn't you? Hamilton won like this. What's demagoguery again? Is that when you appeal to emotions instead of right? It's a leader who appeals to emotions and hate and stuff. A political leader who seeks support by appealing to popular desires and prejudices rather than rational argument. Yeah, that's why it bothers me. Because it's just all talk, like, ugh, I don't know. Marjorie Taylor Greene's a terrible person. I don't like her, but I don't know. I mean, I guess when you are a politician, you do have to be, you're held to like a weird standard where, like, I don't care if my mechanic is racist, but I do care if my congressman is racist. Because they're creating laws, so they could create a racist law. But my mechanic couldn't fix my car in a racist way, I guess. I mean, I guess if I was black and he charged me more, that would be racist. But I don't know if he would do that, because he would lose business. He would be a bad mechanic. It's just gross. Politics is just gross, and I don't like thinking about it, and because it's just all demagoguery and talking about these higher moral values, and it's just, it's nothing. It's not concrete. Just like make laws, and then if you break the law, then you're out, and if you don't, then you're in, and we can stop doing all this talk. The people don't care. Us peasants, we don't care about the talk and the high-mindedness. And everybody's with this Trump impeachment thing, and they're like, "Oh, we gotta be unity," and then the Democrats are like, "Whoa, what do you mean unity? There was this bad thing." It's like, just do the impeachment. Just, why do we have to keep talking about it? So many political TV shows and on CNN and Stephen Colbert, and it's just, I don't care. I don't want to care about this stuff. Just do it. Why do we have to constantly be talking about it? Stephen Colbert's been doing a better job. Like, he was talking about the snow yesterday. That was nice. I think maybe I'll keep watching Stephen Colbert. He's funny. I like him. Sometimes he can do the thing that everybody does, which is they get a little bit too priggish, self-righteous, and they're like, oh, the Democrats are so terrible. But come on, I mean, what are you doing? You're just talking on your TV show. You're not doing anything. Like I'm doing here. Like, I'm not doing anything. But I don't pretend to be doing anything more than I am. But sometimes Stephen Colbert, and then he has Democrats on his show, and he's like being nice to them, and like, you're the good guys. This is something I wrote in a comment to Vault. Should I be talking more about Vault? Did you comment? Did you write me a question? I think I answered all your comments. Yeah. You had a comment today on my video, I'm gelling like Janet Yellen. Oh no, that was yesterday. Today you had a comment on turn that smile up higher on the dial. I feel like I'm doing a good job with the, I can't say this because you can't brag about yourself, but I like my episode titles. I try to think about them for a while, because I'm like, well, I can just make this episode's title turn that frown upside down. But then I'm like, well, let's try to be smarter. What if like, I'm already happy, but I want to be, oh, I gotta move. And I want to be happier. So it's not like turn that frown upside down, it's like be happier. I thought that was funny. Oop. So I did a rhyme, like turn that smile up higher on the dial. What's up, buddy? It's a boss. Is it a boss? Let's see if they give me any help. Is this Boomer? If there was a millennial video game, the final boss would be a Boomer. Is this Boomer? At the beginning, Boomer is red. That's when he's susceptible to special attacks. Use Ultra Flame. Beware especially Boomer's Shaker attack, which causes instant death, but can be blocked. Okay. Did I talk about Marjorie enough? That was it. I just hate all, like, the rhetorical talking, and that's all politics is, so obviously I would hate it, but the theater of it, and like trying to get people's votes by being the most moral person. You have to vote for me because I'm good all the time. Oop, and he's dead. I did just save though, didn't I? But I wanted to buy items. Where do I need to buy items? Do special attacks, he said. What is this? Okay, that wasn't bad. Ultra Flame. That was pretty good. Okay. I did have another note. What was it? That's it. I don't like politics, and I'm going to try to stop talking about it. My life philosophy. I had a note about my life philosophy. I hope this kills everyone. I blocked it. Okay, he's blue. Now what do I do? Eventually he would turn blue, and with his weak point changes to physical attacks. From now on, attack Boomer physically to perform lots of damage. When you defeat him, he decides to commit suicide. Chandelier. Then there's another boss after this called the Exor. Yes, you get the fight against the sword that crashed in. Okay, well this guy's not that hard. Well, I should probably heal Bowser. He's dead. Well, he only had 1 health anyway. I'm running out of pygmy orbs. People get angry or frustrated when they don't have a solution. Uh-oh. I didn't do anything. I want to read my life philosophy. People get angry or frustrated when they don't have a solution to their problem. I get frustrated all the time. But it's because I'm not smart enough to come up with a solution to my problems. So I can't get mad at other people. If I was smarter in the first place, it would be solved. I guess there's a lot of aspects to that, and I do feel that way. We'll start with the first thing, which is Skewer doesn't do anything. Why do people get angry? Block? No. They get angry when they have a problem and they don't know how to solve it. So if you were the smartest person in the world, wouldn't you never get angry? Because you would be able to solve all your problems. I mean, maybe... Is he dead? Oh no. I was not expecting that. You would still feel pain, so I'm thinking, what if something happens where someone hurts you, and it's not your fault, you could have never predicted it, so you get hit by a car. What happens if you get hit by a car? 2 things. Either 1, you die, and then at that point, you're not mad or angry because you're dead, and 2, you have a serious injury you have to deal with. So if you are, you're going to feel a lot of pain in that situation, and maybe you might be angry because of all the pain you're feeling. That might be the one exception to my rule or whatever. Like if you're feeling a big amount of pain and there's nothing you can do about it. But that's the thing, like what if you were smart? So in the moment, you feel a tremendous amount of pain after you get hit by a car. But then if you were the smartest person in the world, you would be able to figure out how to avoid that pain, wouldn't you? You'd be like, okay, I broke my hip. I'll build a hip replacement and I'll put it in there and it'll work perfectly and it'll never hurt again. So that's like an extreme example, but that's like, I'm trying to explain, like if you were smart enough, you would never be angry because you'd be able to solve all your problems. So how can I ever get mad at anybody else if I would be able to solve all my problems? Like if someone does something to me and I don't like it, then it's my fault. If I was smarter, I would have been able to avoid it. It does sound kind of bad, like, oh, it's my fault. But I do feel that way a lot in social, like when people are arguing and they're getting upset, it's like they're getting upset because they're not smart enough to explain why the other person should agree with them. They're like, I wish I could tell you and explain it to you the way it's in my head because I understand it well. Why can't you understand it the way I understand it? So that's the first part. This guy is pretty hard. Oh, and he's dead. Arg. And then he kills himself. That's the whole thing. So I can't get mad at other people. If I was smart in the first place, it would be solved. I mean, I get frustrated all the time and mad all the time. I'm not saying this like, oh, I'm perfect and I figured everything out. I feel like this is true though. I get frustrated all the time when I'm at work, but it's because I'm not smart enough to fix the problem. If I was, then the problem would be fixed and I wouldn't have the problem and I wouldn't be upset. Sometimes the problem is just the money thing, like, oh, I need this surgery and I can't afford it and that makes me sad. Or like my kid needs this surgery and I don't have the money. But if you were smarter, you'd be able to figure out how to get money or help your kid or cure their cancer. When I say it like that, that's not really helpful. I mean, okay, yeah, if you were God, then you wouldn't be sad. Okay, if you could cure cancer, then you wouldn't be mad. Obviously, but it helps me to think about things that way. Like, don't get mad at them. Like, try to just solve your problem. Try to be smarter. Try to figure out what the solution is. Then if you can't, then that's on you. There's always a solution. Okay, now I have to fight the sword. And this might be tough. We're fighting right away. I'm not gonna beat this guy. I don't have enough pick-me-ups. I do have a lot of mushrooms though. So as long as we don't die. I just have to constantly be healing. What does the walkthrough say? I think I have to end. Did I go way over? Maybe. It's 8 o'clock. I think I went like 6 minutes over. Whoops. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye.